Hi. So I ended up relapsing yesterday. Yesterday was just a really rough day for me. Like nothing went good. Um, like I ate vegan the whole day, but then about 9 o'clock, I just went out and got some junk food. So that was a fail. And then I ended up sleeping during the day, and it was just really unproductive today. Yeah, I think it's because like I was just feeling so sad and like not feeling very good. And it was just too much for me to handle, and then I ended up relapsing. And like you can kind of see that build up of where I'm just like, I was being pretty positive before, and then all of a sudden it just started getting negative and negative and negative, and just, yeah, it's just really hard for me. But anyway, so there's that. Today's day 0, well, I guess day 1 of NoFap. So let's make it a good day, I guess. Anyway, so I got a comment last night where this guy, he's just like, no one cares about female no-fappers. You guys don't have semen retention. It's like, okay. I don't know, like, I still think that girls can benefit from no-fap. Like, how I said, like, I relate to guys more when it comes to different things, like, I guess the consequences of doing PMO than girls, because I don't know, girls just seem completely different from me. Like I can't relate for some reason. And like I'm just gonna say some of the consequences of PMO. I wrote them down so I can have a little list. But just to show you, like, this is why I started NoFap, and this is why it's important to me, and I feel like girls can benefit. Maybe some girls out there can relate to this, but I don't know. It seems like I'm the only one. But basically, for number 1, I've mentioned this before, that I lost a few jobs. And the reason for that was because I just spent all nights over and over doing PMO. And then I'd be too tired to go to work in the morning, and I'd just call in sick for no reason. Or sometimes I'd just even call in sick just so I could PMO. Because I'm like, oh, I'm in the middle of PMOing, I don't want to go, I'm just going to call in sick. Or I just show up late because I was doing PMO before work and I couldn't stop, and just doing different things, and sometimes I just pretend like, oh, sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to work today, kind of thing. And it was just really bad for my work ethic. And along with that, like, my school life was really rough with PMO, just because like my parents, like, my mom, she would always scold me for doing MO in public, but the thing is, I didn't really understand what it was, and then you shouldn't probably do that in public. And so I was just like, fine, if I can't do it at home, I can't do it anywhere else, I'll just go do it at school. And so I did, and so since my mind's in the gutter mostly, I wasn't paying attention to the teacher, and like, that was for my whole elementary life. And so when I got to high school, I had no knowledge of the basics of things, and I struggled a lot because no one taught me, well, like, they tried, but I wasn't listening. No one taught me like the basics of certain things like math and social studies and different things like that, and I really, really struggled. And I actually ended up dropping out of school, which wasn't a good choice because I ended up just doing PMO full-time and camming full-time for like 2 years or something, and then I went back to school after. And so there's that. And then with that, like, since I was camming so much, I got into that habit. And one thing that happened is, because like when I'm camming with someone, it's really manipulative in a way, because I'll be saying a bunch of things trying to get them off. And the thing is, guys like it when you play along with their fantasy, or you act like that you're their dream girl. Like, I had people say, like, ask me, are you into this? And I'll be like, yeah. And then they'll be like, oh my gosh, no one else is into this. Like, yay, me. Like you're my dream girl because you're into the same things I am, but I'm actually not. And like, it's just super easy to get guys to like you if you're saying that everything they want to hear, basically. And so that part of me, like, I feel bad because I feel like I want to be an honest person, but that part of me really makes it hard for me, because sometimes, I don't know, it's just hard to be honest, I guess. If I'm trying to, like, I don't know, like, I'm honest for important things, and like I try to be, but I don't know, it's hard to explain. But anyway, Yeah, and just lack of sleep. Like at one point I mentioned like I was just doing PMO so much that for weeks and weeks that my face was starting to show, and like I had really bad dark circles, and my face just looked really bad. People were wondering if I need to go to the doctor or something just because I looked so sickly. And just that I've been being really unproductive. And like if you see me, if I'm doing a huge binge of PMO, nothing's getting done. Like I'll skip meals, I won't be eating that much, and my house will just become a disaster basically because I'm not looking after things and I'm not looking after myself, and it's just not good. And also there's like a loss of sensitivity with me. Like I can't get excited in real life basically because there's not a screen in front of me. Like even now, if I try to do MO, like just MO, like easy mode, it's really, really hard for me to do anything. And I don't like it because I can't do anything without a screen basically. Like my brain's wired to only react a certain way to a screen, and I just can't react to a real person. And this goes into like something else that happened. So basically, since I was being really like dishonest and saying a bunch of stuff to guys online, this one guy, he ended up living, he said that he lived really nearby to me actually. And since I was like, yeah, I wish I like lived close, then we could do all this stuff, and like just being really dishonest because I probably wouldn't do any of that stuff with him ever. I wouldn't even meet him. And plus, a lot of the times, I don't even find the guy attractive. I'm just doing it because he's there, I guess. Or I don't know, just I want to make someone happy. And I don't know, I can look past looks easily. And so there's this guy, and so we ended up meeting up because I'm kind of curious. I'm like, I'll just meet up once and that's it. And like the very first day, he starts touching me inappropriately, and I felt super uncomfortable. But the thing is, like, I let it happen because it's more important to me that I'm liked and accepted than my own like self. And like I pretty much sacrifice myself, throw myself away for the sake of others like pleasure. So like, have you ever played that game Plants vs Zombies? And there's like the zombie coming, and the closer it gets, and then if it gets to the end, there's like a lawnmower that sets off and runs it over. So basically the zombie is my boundaries and the lawnmower is guys. So like if I really want them to like me, like, and that's pretty much anyone, I want everyone to like me. So my boundaries just are plowed basically. Like it's really hard. Like I just don't care for myself that well. And I told him I don't want to have sex there or anything, and he says that's fine with him. And so we just played around, but then and he was actually my first for everything, because I was 20 years old or something. I'm 23 now. And when the time came down, like, he just did whatever he wanted, basically. And I didn't want to say stop or anything, just because I felt like if I say stop, then I'm not his dream girl, because I'm not doing his fantasy. And so basically I just let it happen, and a lot of it was just disassociated. Like after a while, it felt like, I think a year or so after, it just felt like that wasn't really me. That was just like a puppet. It was someone else, basically, like in my head. Like, it's hard to explain. But, and it just was it wasn't nice. Like, he didn't look at me the whole time. I always imagined my first time being more romantic. And, like, he didn't look at me the whole time it was happening. And even he didn't give me any time to adjust to him. Like, he just put it in right away. And, like, he was really, really, really large. Like, extremely large. Like, I didn't think that was possible. I thought, like, I'd be happy with something smaller. But he was huge. And he didn't let me get used to him. So he just put it in, like, he knew I was, like, virgin. But he just did whatever he wanted. And I almost blacked out, to be honest. Like, my vision went black from the pain. And he didn't stop at that. Like, it was super, super painful. Like, I have no idea what that was. But, oh my gosh, that was the most painful thing ever. And then even after that, like, after everything was done, he told me that I didn't feel as good as he thought. And I just felt really bad. And just, he would say different things about my body that made me really self-conscious. And just things that I can't change. This is just the way it is. And it just wasn't nice. And I really, really regret that, to be honest. Like, and a lot of my worth's taken away from that, I feel. Like, I just feel like right now I'm just like a used thing. Like, I wish I could just throw this body away, but I can't. And so that happened, and then also I got blackmailed twice. Like, someone recorded me and said they were going to send it to my friends if I didn't do things for them. That happened twice in a row. Like a good amount of time between each other. And then just that I'm desensitized to a lot of things. And even last night when I relapsed, I actually injured myself a bit. And that's another thing, like, I heard this happens to guys too, where that if they just like fap so much, then they start bleeding or it becomes raw. And so that happens with girls too. And like like the inside of me was really, really sore. Like, it hurt really, really bad. A lot of pain. And then I really cut myself up a whole bunch too, and I was bleeding. So like, and that happens a lot. Like, and I'm tired of like injuring myself like that. And sometimes I wonder, what if I'm actually hurting myself greater and I can't have any kids? Like, that I've injured myself beyond repair. And because I feel like, why does this keep happening? Why do I end up bleeding almost every single time from doing PMO and just that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's more important for girls almost, because we're the ones making mankind alive, I guess. So that's all today. I only have a few seconds left on this phone, and this was a lot longer video than I planned, but oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed it.